What's up, good people of music, of joy, of faith, of respite, of the world? Catherine Morris, executive director of Boston Art Music Soul Fest, and welcome to the finale, the last performance of our Amplify the Soul series that's been running since mid-June. I must say it's been a pleasure to be able to present this virtual format of our festival this year. I can't believe we're already here at this moment. So it's so glad that you all have been able to join us for as many performances as you've been able to see. But we could not be more overjoyed to be able to present to you all this amazing content that we hope you can share with your friends and family. So tonight is Dreion, who we're so excited to have, just electrifying, mesmerizing, charismatic, high energy. I don't know what else to describe, but Dreion is amazing, and we are so happy to have him and his performance tonight. And please make sure you stay after for the live Q&A with Dreion and Abria Smith of Berklee College of Music. And just because I've said that, we definitely want to make sure that you tune into this next introduction from Abria Smith of Berklee College of Music. So, Abria, it's all on you, babe.
Good evening. My name is Abria Smith. I'm the Associate Director for Community Engagement at Berklee College of Music. For the past two BAMS festivals, we have been a strong supporter and partner of this important and sorely needed community event. With the challenges of COVID-19, the festival has pivoted to a digital platform called Amplify the Soul, which celebrates and elevates Black and Brown artists of Boston and beyond. We are thrilled to sponsor tonight's performance featuring an extremely talented Berklee alumnus, Dreion. His stage presence is electrifying, and his music is encouraging and uplifting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dreion.
I believe music is super important right now because music has been at the forefront of many movements in history. The civil rights movement, we see artists and musicians, especially Black artists and musicians, leading that movement for change. And I think in this moment and in this time, musicians are pushing change to the forefront, and they are the voice of the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration of freedom in the history of our nation.
Slipping through the cracks in time, trying to understand the hate in mankind. Can somebody please tell me why? How y'all feeling? We're gonna have some fun tonight, y'all. Get through the rock. I just can't take it. No, I just can't take it no more. I just can't take it. No, I just can't take it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dreion. This is my amazing band legacy, and right now, it's time to light it up. Hey, you don't know how many times I've been cast down, 'cause I was looking for a way out. People dying in my hometown. Hey, you don't know how many dreams I done let go. Like Dr. King, they were shine cold, because I dream beyond the front porch. But the world keeps spinning round and round, and I ain't about to give up now. Keep this in mind, in a matter of time, the sun comes back around. See, I'm looking for a brighter day. Hey, I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come, to shine its light on a really dark night. Light it up, and let it shine on me. Hey, light it up. I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. You don't know how many times I done failed out, trying to be someone I can't now, 'cause I was hanging with the wrong crowd. Hey, you don't know how I sat in church on Sunday, but when I ran into Monday, all my problems came to harm me. But the world keeps spinning round and round, and I ain't about to give up now. Keep this in mind, in a matter of time, the sun comes back around. Yeah, I'm looking for a brighter day. Hey, I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come, to shine its light on a really dark night. Light it up, and let it shine on me. Hey, light it up. I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Get low with it. I'm looking for a brighter day. Hey, I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come, to shine its light on a really dark night. Light it up, hey, and let it shine on me. Pose on them, light it up. I wanna see you shine, shine, shine.
I believe it's important for people to find joy in life, because without joy, you only see the negative side of things. Joy really gives you hope, it gives you encouragement, and it gives you drive to keep pushing forward.
The future is here and now. I am the future. You are the future. And together we can be the change of tomorrow if we only remember the power of our voices, the impact of our history, and the effectiveness of our music. We hold the fate of the future in our hands. So what are we going to do with it? Don't be the problem. Be the change. Where's the mother doing all she can to ensure that her daughter never runs to abusive man? Where is a father saying, son, here is the key? Only a real man strives for poisoned legacy. I can see how you're feeling now. All hope has gone and bowed down, but the race is given to him who endures. So keep holding on, keep pressing on, until you see a change complete. Just keep running this race, keep going on.
When you're in tune with your soul, the song writes itself because your soul is telling you what to write. Your soul is telling you what to hear. So for me, my music is soulful because I listen to it. I listen to my soul to write it.
Welcome back, everyone. What an amazing display of talent that was. For those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Abria Smith, and I'm the Associate Director for Community Engagement at Berklee College of Music. I want to welcome you to the live Q&A with none other than the superstar himself, Dreion. Welcome. How are you feeling, Dreion?
Hey, Abria, it's so great to see you again. I am feeling amazing after that performance. I mean, it's amazing to actually be able to perform again.
So COVID has impacted all of us in many different ways. How have you been during the past year and a half?
Yeah, it's been different. It's been difficult, especially with not being able to perform. Performing is what I do to take care of my family. Performing is what I love to do. That is what I do as a career and as a passion. And COVID-19, it just stopped everything. But in the midst of all of that, it still opened up a lot of great doors, and I met a lot of great people. Got to network with a lot of people who were usually out on the road doing what they do, and I actually got to be in meetings and speaking and with them and interviewing with them and gaining wisdom and spending time with my family, actually taking time to breathe. And especially after graduating from Berklee, there was a lot of time that I had to actually detox, rethink some things, plan, and set up for what was to come.
Awesome. And I'm glad to hear that you and your family are doing well. The little one must be getting big.
She is, yeah. She's running around, energized, happy, running the house.
Hopefully into
At this
music.
point, I just live here. Yeah, she is.
I know how that goes.
At this point, I just live here.
I know that feeling. I've been there too.
Yeah.
So, you have a really, really interesting story. So, for the folks who may not know you and about your roots, can you tell us a little bit about how music found its way to you?
So yes, it's been a long journey. I've been singing since the age of 4. But
Wow.
I really found music when I was placed in the foster system at the age of 6. I was taken from my mother and placed in the foster system for about 6 months. And in that time, I just went through so many traumatic and troubling things in the system I wasn't in the system for my entire life, but for the 6 months that I was in the foster care system, it was very, very difficult to cope with, to deal with. I was being heavily medicated. I was being neglected. I was being abused in many ways. And there were only two things that really helped me get through that time, and that was God and music. I love singing, spend time by myself in my room, in the several foster homes that I was in. A lot of times I didn't have a lot of privacy, but I would walk off somewhere and sing to myself, talk to myself, and music was therapeutic for me. So music for me blossomed from there. I went into, middle school and high school doing talent shows, being in choirs, performing, getting opportunities to perform in national choirs and things of that nature. And I started actually singing for compensation for my first cotillion. I sang for the cotillion in Omaha, Nebraska, where I'm from. And that was my first opportunity. And from there, I started singing for more public events. And that's when I really, really knew that I wanted to do this as a career. I knew that this is what I love to do. I love performing. I love singing. I love the way that music made me feel. I love the way that my music made other people feel. So getting into music, it came with some troubles. It came with some difficulties. But here I am today, went to Berklee College of Music, and now I'm on my way.
Most definitely. So the next question, you really kind of answered some of that. It's where do you draw inspiration for your art? And I definitely feel like you answered that already partially. But is there anything else that inspires you to kind of create the music that you're currently creating?
Mm-hmm. So I have a kind of a formula that I like to call it. I like to say it starts with inspiration plus imitation equals innovation. And for me, my inspirations, thank you. It's something that I came up with because I needed to explain where my artistry and where the ideas that I have in my head, where they come from. And they come from my inspirations, Michael Jackson, Prince, and James Brown, and all of them are geniuses, musical geniuses. They are legends. And I almost like to say that they're my distant mentors. I studied their videos. I studied their music. I studied the things that they say, the way that they use inflections in their voices, the way that they dance, the way that they move, the crowd. And that's where I pull all of my inspiration from. It's almost like when I get on stage, I channel each and every one of them, just because that is something that is so powerful to me, to see someone like that just move and groove on a stage and make people feel that. It's incredible. So for my music, I pull from them. I also pull from my family, life. I have a mentor who told me songwriters are like magicians. They pull songs out of thin air. And he said that because, songs and music, it's already there. It's in the air. It's in the atmosphere. But as a songwriter, it's your job to pull it from the atmosphere and bring it, to life and give it meaning and give it purpose. And I feel like that as well, so God is another inspiration. My faith is another inspiration for my music. It's amazing, to have this kind of gift, because my other inspiration for doing this and for writing the music that I write is inspiring people because of what I've been through, what I've lived through. I needed inspiration when I was in foster care and when I was in the darkest times in my life. And there's one of my favorite quotes is, be who you needed when you were younger, and that's what I want to be for people. I see my music as life music. I consider myself an inspirational R&B artist. It's not just gospel. It's not just R&B. It's not just soul, but it's not just funk. It's all together. And I think that it really births a message that people will love to listen to and hear for generations.
Definitely. That was awesome. Now, some of what you said reminded me of something. How you said you draw inspiration, and you spoke about like kind of imitation of those who came before you, and it takes me back to one of the concerts you performed in for Berkeley one summer. Oh my goodness! And that viral video
Yeah,
where was it James Brown you were doing, and
it was James Brown. Yeah.
it was so amazing. It was so amazing. And how many? I mean, how many views did that video get?
It is 1.5 and counting. It's still,
That's amazing.
that video comes up. It still comes up, and people, from that, incredibly, from that, people like Nat Turner reached out to us, or
Wow.
excuse me, Nate Turner, Bootsy Collins. I mean, so many people, Sheila E. So many people saw that video, and it was an incredible, incredible, pivotal moment, I think, in my career. And it was interesting because we had just come from a music festival when we did that show. Because I remember you actually specifically asked me to come back for that year and perform for Mr. Charles. It was Mr. Charles' birthday that day, and
Yes.
so it was amazing how we had just come from another show. We were tired, and we knew that we had this performance coming up, so we knew it was just going to be simple, easy, smooth, and we were just going to give them the best music that we could. But it was completely relaxed. We had no plans of going too crazy. We just wanted to put on a great show, and it was amazing how we didn't understand how important that performance was going to become, because and I think that's what made it so beautiful. We were relaxed. We weren't overthinking it. We weren't preparing super hard for it. It was just like, hey, we're going to come out and play some great music for some wonderful people, and look at the result. So that was a beautiful moment, and I want to thank you for sharing that moment and capturing that moment, because without you, I mean, that video would have not even been seen. So to think we were in the middle of a park in the middle of Boston.
Mhm. That was so amazing, and it wouldn't have been anything without your amazing performance. So anyway, one of the other things that you touched on after you answered your last question was about kind of how you were inspired by a lot of the difficult things that you experienced as a child. So I think that makes the next question really important, and I think this would be useful for other creative people to hear as well. Just like, how do you care for yourself and your creative capacity?
Whew. I've learned a lot over the time that I've been doing this. I think I've been doing music professionally for about 12, 13 years now. And it's about patience. You really, really, really have to have patience with yourself. I'm very, very weary of comparing myself to people, because I know what I do is so different from others. There's no use in comparing. I think my only competition is myself. I think that, I have to do the best that I can and continue to try to one up myself, instead of trying to compare myself to other people and what they're doing, the music that's going on. I think that's what keeps me creative. I think that's what keeps me unique and different. And I think that's what's important, that artists must understand and know, is that, to take care of yourself is to take care of your music. And I mean that mentally, I mean that physically, I mean that spiritually. It all goes together. It all is important to your artistry. I've now become somewhat of a pescatarian, and I stay away from dairy and pork and a whole bunch of different dietary restrictions that I put on myself to help myself feel better because I need to be able to perform. And I'm a wedding performer as well, so I perform every single week. Every single week, there's a high energy performance I have, so I have to be physically in shape to be able to withstand that, and my voice has to be physically in shape, and then mentally, I have to get into a place. I love listening to rain. I don't know what it is about rain, but rain is so soothing to me. So I listen to rain sometimes just to get myself into the zone, into that place where I know that I'm going to be performing, and this is all I need to worry about and think about in that moment. So it's really, really about stimulating that mental side for me as well, and then even spiritually, I love quoting. I love quotes, whether it be quoting from the Bible, whether it be quotes from other people. I love collecting quotes. That is just my thing, and I use those quotes as a way to help myself spiritually. Praying is another way that I also help myself spiritually. But also just, being by yourself sometimes is helpful as well. There's always a lot going on in your life, but if you take a moment to breathe, to think, to just try to figure out what your world is about. I think that really helps spiritually as well. I love doing it in the shower, and it helps me to really get into a place of peace and serenity. I think all those things are really, really important. So you have to take care of yourself as an artist. If you don't, you're not going to be able to share your artistry with people. People are not going to be able to feel you. They're not going to be able to intake, what you're trying to give out. So that's what I really, really feel is important.
That's awesome. It's interesting to hear you speak. It's like sometimes it's like this young man has lived several lives, and it makes me say, I'm a lot older than you, but I'm like, he's one of the people I'd like to be like when I grow up. But
I've been told my whole life I'm an old soul. I've been told that my entire life. And you know where that comes from? That comes from, it just comes from, I hung around a lot of the older people in my family. Because being in foster care, actually going back to this, actually my aunt became a foster parent just to take me in. And she's a lot older, so she was taking me to church. I was hanging around the older wise folk who just, I loved listening to them. I don't know. It was just something about, the wisdom that they shared. Even at the age of 6, I just always clung to wisdom. And I think that I'm not professing myself to be super wise or anything of that nature, to be more than I am, but I definitely have been around some people who have been through some great things in life and who have some serious wisdom. And I pride myself on being able to intake that wisdom and share it. So thank you, because that's something I hear a lot. I'm just an old soul.
it's true. Wow, thank you for that. So I know a lot of people want to know, is there anything that you're currently involved in that you want people to know about?
So yes. So during the pandemic, I released my first project. It's entitled "I Am Life," and I waited until my Berkeley career was over to finally release my first set of music for the world to hear. And it is it incorporates my story of foster care. It incorporates inspirational music. A lot of the music that I performed, or all the music I performed tonight, was actually from that project. And so during the pandemic, I released that, but then I felt that there's still more that I want to do with that music. So I've started to release new versions and new videos of those songs, and I'm going to keep pushing those songs. So recently I just released a remix version of Light It Up, which is a very, very popular song that people have loved of mine. And it features a Grammy Award winning poet, Jay Ivy, on that song out of Chicago. And then Also, it also features a Grammy award winning producer as well, who also um, is just he's an amazing producer. His name is Daryl, and he's done an amazing job with refiguring the song and bring it to life again as this beautiful arrangement. So it's exciting. So I just released that. I just released a new version of "I Just Can't Take It" live from the Berkeley Performance Center, which I just released in June, and then also last month in August I released, or actually no, it was actually this month. It was this month. In August, I'm going to be releasing this new version of "Let It Rain," which is my song from the movie Foster Boy. The movie Foster Boy, produced by Shaquille O'Neal, and it's talking about my story, and it's talking about how I actually, how I lived in foster care, the things I went through, and calling out the other stories of foster youth and testimonies of foster youth to come together and stand together for this cause that is so important, that is so key. And so I'll be releasing some more music. I'm looking to do some more music, hopefully with some more collaborations. There's some really big stuff and performances that are coming up that I can't speak about right now, but they will be coming forthcoming very soon. And I'm very excited to let everyone hear the news about everything that's going on and happening. So just stay tuned. If you love my music and you love what you saw tonight, please stay tuned and continue to follow me because great things are coming.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm really excited, to see what's coming in the future. So now that you've said all that, why don't you let people know how they can find you and support you, and where they can look to see what's going to be coming up in the future?
So yes, you can follow me. I'm on almost every platform I can try to be on. So you can follow me on Instagram at Dreion Nation, DreionAtion. And you can follow me on Facebook, same at name. You can follow me on Twitter at Dreion. Follow me on YouTube, especially my YouTube, because that's where I put out all my latest performance videos and content and songs. Um, and then you can also follow my website as well, www.dreion.com, where you can find my latest performances, you can find my music, you can find performance videos, and you can also book me if you are looking to book me for any performances. We are finally getting to a place in this pandemic where, people are going out and performances are happening, which is exciting. So we are getting back out here and performing more. So I would love to perform for whatever events anybody is having. Please just reach out at my email, dreon.booking@gmail.com as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun catching up with you. It's been a while since we've seen each other, but it's amazing catching
Yes.
up. You're just as talented and just I use the word amazing so much, but I don't know another word to use for you. I'm really proud of
No,
you
I
for your
appreciate you.
continued success.
I appreciate you,
I
Bria.
guess
Thank you
it's
so much. And
oh, thank you, thank you. I'm really glad that I had the pleasure and honor of meeting you during your time at Berkeley. And I guess
yes.
it's time for us to wrap up now. And thank you again. And I'd like to turn things over now to Catherine Morris of BAMS Fest.
Folks, I have to say, Dreion, what a phenomenal, spiritual, all encompassing, omnipresent. How many hard words can I use? I don't know. But that was a phenomenal performance I think everyone needed on a Friday night. So thank you for blessing us with your lived experience, musicality, and just being who you are. I hope all artists really took note about some of the things that he said around self care. It's really important. We need you in our lives as fans and as community. So of course it's like, hey, it's the finale. So what does that mean? What happens? Like, what's next, Bands Fest? Well, I'm here to tell you that we are gearing up for our second annual installment of Versus or Vibes, which is our virtual music competition for New England based artists. And what it is the chance to secure your spot for next year's Bands Festival that takes place every June inside Franklin Park. So, for all New England based artists, musicians particularly, stay tuned. Go to our website, bandsfest.org, and check out Versus or Vibes starting in September. So please stay tuned. And then also later on in the fall of October this year, we will be opening up applications for Bands Festival. So you have two opportunities to apply for Bands Festival, but the applications in October are for anyone. So whether you're local, national, international, you can apply to be on our stage. Other than that, follow us, support us, share the content. It's so important. We have some amazing conversations coming up. If you don't know about Artdacity, please check us out as well. Visit bandsfest.org to learn all of our upcoming virtual programs. And who knows, we might be back in the venues soon. So stay loved, stay peaceful, stay hydrated, stay cool, be kind to each other, and let's continue to support music and artists, because without them, I don't know how we would survive every day. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon.